Hello there boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the United Save, and today we bring you the Club World Championship semi-final plus a load of roundup, and also we're going to have a little cheeky squad report on some of the youth players as well. We'll show you the stats, show you what they did last year and how they're doing this year, and all that good stuff basically. So let's get into this roundup. We last met where we lost our first game of the season against Arsenal 1-0 away at the Emirates, but we followed that up with a 5-0 win against Newcastle. Pellegrini, Lukaku, Mata and Alexis Sanchez with a brace. A 5-0 win against them, which is a really good result. And then followed that up with a 0-0. Going to Anfield and getting a 0-0 draw isn't a bad result. Lots of yellow cards. A very, very tetchy match for both teams, and coming out there with a draw. A very narrow 1-0 win against Monaco in the final game of the Champions League group stage. And yeah, again, lots of yellow cards, but Lukaku coming off the bench and scoring the winning goal with 15 minutes to go. We then have Valencia in the first knockout round of the Champions League. And then finally we beat Burnley 4-0 at home. Pogba with a brace. He was on one of them kind of states of mind where he just has an absolute blinder. 9.0 for Paul Pogba. 2 goals for him. Lukaku scoring, and also Rafael Varane. So that's the catch up with the results, and this is how it all looks. So we are 6 points clear of Tottenham, 7 points clear of Liverpool, City and Arsenal, and then 9 points clear of Chelsea. So got a little bit of a lead going into the latter stages of the season. Club World Championships, we've got Sundowns, a South African team. You'll see that game later on in the episode. Valencia in the first knockout round of the Champions League, and Dover, so a non-league team, going into the third round of the FA Cup, and yeah, should be a simple win for us there. So we're going to have a little squad report. We're going to go through some of the youth players, both the ones that are already here and ones that we've brought in. We'll have a look at their attributes and have a look at their stats from last season and also this season, just so you can get a really good comparison of where they are in the grand scheme of things. We're going to start with Lorenzo Pellegrini, man of the moment really. He's come into the side and really taken that mantle alongside Pogba, and yeah, playing fantastically well. There are his attributes. So he is going up in all the key areas, especially mentally, because he's playing more games, he's getting older as well. So all in all, a really, really good player for us. Passing, technique, off the ball, work rate, teamwork and vision all going up. His physicals are going up as well. He's only 23 years old. We got him for an absolute steal. £27 million. Last season, he came to us in January. He played a few games for us, 13 in the league, 1 goal, 1 assist, 6.78, and he's already beaten that average rating this season. 11 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 7.13. Lorenzo Pellegrini there, fantastic player for us, and he'll be a mainstay in the starting lineup going forward. We brought Chiesa in this year, 22-year-old. He's played a little bit, not as much as I thought he would do. But yeah, his attributes haven't gone up too much just yet. But in years to come, I think he'll be a really good player for us. 7.22 last year for Fiorentina, 12 goals, 6 assists, 6 player of the matches. He's played 10 times, scored a goal, 6.85 at the minute. We got him in for £55 million, and with it being his first season in English football, I think it's just a bedding in season. I think next season, if we do a third season, that'll be down to you. Towards the end of this season, I think he'll be a phenomenal talent for us on that right hand side. We also bought Hossein Ura in, and yeah, positioning and acceleration going up. Had a little bit of an injury halfway through the season. Bought him in for £61 million. Last season, he was on a 7.21, 29 games played, 8 goals, 8 assists and 2 player of the matches. So far this season on 6.97, so not too bad for 8 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Most of those played in cup competitions as well, but Mata's now injured, so hopefully he's going to be coming in and filling that role. Last game out, he was on a 7.6 against Burnley, 1 assist there, and then before that, at Monaco, 6.7. So slowly coming into the side, but Jose More again, I think he'll be one for the future. Player that was already here when we started to say Marcus Rashford. He's definitely improved in some areas. His finishing his composure, his off the ball, his work rate have all gone up in recent weeks and months. £52 million he's worth now, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability, so probably not going to reach the dizzying heights of someone like Pogba or Martial. But last season he did play quite a few games, 23 games for us last season, 12 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match, 6.90. But this season with Romelu Lukaku banging in the goals this year, so he only had 6 appearances in the league. 1 goal, 2 assists and a 6.70. So actually, if he plays a few more games this year, I reckon he'll get that average rating up. But Marcus Rashford, again, he's not playing week in, week out. That's because Romelu Lukaku is absolutely in phenomenal form at the minute. Out of all the youngsters, both the ones that we brought in, the ones that are already here, I think this guy here has actually really improved the most. Diego Dallo, 3-star current, up to 4-star potential ability, and every time I click on his attributes page, they're always going up. His mentals continuously going up. The game time this year has gone up 100% because I think he's our number one starter at right back. Bought him in for 19.75 million. Well, Jose Mourinho did anyway. His first season for us was 21 appearances, 3 assists, 0 player matches, but a 7.19. This season he's on 13 appearances, 4 assists and 2 player of the matches, a 7.78 for Diego Dallo, and he's been shifted from right back to left back as well after the injuries to Shaw and Grimaldo, and that is a phenomenal performance for someone that is really, really young, only 20 years age, so he's got loads more potential to grow. I want these technicals to go a little bit more. His physicals and his mentals are absolutely brilliant where they are, but yeah, technically probably needs to improve a little bit more, and he'll be the complete fullback going forward. Out of all the youngsters, Chong is the one that's really kind of stepped up to the mark. Again, he's another one that his attributes continually grow every single time I go into his attributes page. Only 2.5-star current ability, so that's grown by 0.5 star in about a season and a bit. 5-star potential ability, so he's got all the ability in the world to really kind of max out his potential. And yeah, consistently going up. I saw him on the right, either the right or the left wing, and always scores for me whenever he comes on. He does a really good job. Last season, 11 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match. A lot of injuries at the start of last season, so came in and did a 7.02. Only played 2 league games for us this season. He played a couple of cup games as well, and he's on a 6.7 at the minute. Hasn't scored this season, no assists either. So all in all, we just need him to have a few more games when we can and see what potential he really can deliver going forward. One that you've all been asking for is this man here, Mason Greenwood. In my save, the potential isn't really there. I'm not entirely sure why, because some of you have said he's actually got 5-star potential on other people's saves. But all in all, I think he'll be a decent addition to the squad going forward. And in real life, he's on an absolute amazing run of goals to game ratio. So Mason Greenwood, haven't played him yet in the first team, but he's as you can see, his attributes are always going up and up and up, which is good to see. But not played in the first team just yet. Fingers crossed he's one for the future for us. And these final 2 that I'm going to show you, Tyler Adams and Gomez, they're both on loan this season because I feel they needed first team football to really improve. And Tyler Adams is definitely improving in Serie A. He's on loan at Udinese this season, playing the right back role. His stats are going up physically. He needs to improve, and that's where he is improving, which is good. Positioning, he's improving as well, and some of those technicals do need to improve. Crossing, definitely. Last season he did play a game for us on a 7.10 in the cup, I think it was. One in the league, 7.10. But Udinese's played 11 times there and a 6.74, so he's getting a little bit more game time in Serie A, which is a good level of football, and hopefully he'll come back to us next season and really vie for that starting role at right back. And then the final one is Angel Gomez. He is on loan at Ipswich this season. They're playing him either on the left or in the middle, which is what you really want. His physicals are going up, which is good, so he's going to have more strength, more stamina, more pace. Positioning's getting better work as well. Vision's going up, bravery and anticipation's going up. First touch, really key on there. So again, technicals need a little bit of work, but everything else is pretty much where you want it to be. This season with Ipswich, he's got 17 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 2 2 player of the matches, 6.94 average rating for him, which is better than last season with us. 8 games last season, 2 assists, 6.70. He did have a long injury last year as well. So it's good to see Angel Gomez getting first team football at the Championship. Again, another good level of football, and all in all, it seems like all of our players, all our youngsters are going up in the right way, and yeah, all in all, fantastic to see. With regards to goals and stuff like that, the first team, Romelu Lukaku leads the way, which is why Marcus isn't really playing this season. 14 goals for the big Belgian. Then we got Juan Mata with 9 goals, Pogba with 8, Martial and Lingard both with 5, and then Pellegrini and Rashford with 4. Assist wise, you're looking Juan Mata, 7 assists for him. Dalot, 6 assists for the wing back. Rashford with 4, Martial with 3, as Sanchez and Chiesa. Lingard, Lukaku, all on 3 assists. So the assists and goals both coming from loads of areas within the pitch. And then if we look at the average ratings for the season, Dalot on a 7.62, Varane with a 7.6, Valencia 7.54, Juan Mata 7.49. So those top 4 there, they play a lot of games for us as well, and they're really pulling in a shift with those average ratings. Hope you've enjoyed the little squad report that I've put on there for the youngsters. If there's anything else you want to see within the save, drop it in the comment section down below. But now we're going to get into this semi-final of the Club World Championships against Sundowns. And this is going to be the team for the game against Sundowns. De Gea in goal, Lindelof at right back, Bailly and Souttar in the middle with Shaw at left back, Matic and Pellegrini in the middle of midfield, Chiesa on the right, Ura in the middle, and Sanchez on the left with Rashford up top. And then we've got 12 subs, so they all get chucked on there. We're going to submit that team and get straight into this one. Here we go. Lindelof, after 2 minutes, gets a throw in, and Chiesa switches that ball over to Sanchez. He's going to have a little run at the defence into Marcus Rashford. He tries to find the ball round the corner for Chiesa, but can't get there. They're on the counter-attack now. Brocchi in the penalty box, but the angle is very narrow there, and De Gea saves pretty comfortably. Sure, throw into Ure, into Sanchez, back to Matic, always deep there. Lindelof driving into the penalty box, and that's a goal for Victor Lindelof. Not the goal scorer you expect, but as I was going to say, Matic always spare in that deeper role. He finds Lindelof on this right hand side, who drives into the penalty box. Here we go. Matic finds Lindelof, and this is where he just drives into that penalty box and puts his foot through it. Keeper no chance. United 1, Sundowns 0. And that is a penalty. Lindelof going from hero to zero, giving the penalty away, and Sundowns have got a chance to go 1 apiece. Madisha up against De Gea, sends him the wrong way. It's 1 apiece, and Lindelof going from hero to zero there. Sure, at the back post, but Brocchi does well, and now Rashford's going to pick that ball up and go down that right hand side. Can he get a ball in? He can, into Alexis, and that's a great save, and that's a great block. Alexis had 2 bites of the cherry there, should be putting at least one of them away. Silva down the right hand side, he's coming inside now and attacking Souttar, but it's a good tackle, but Silva gets the ball back into Mbowe, and a good save by David De Gea. Brocchi again into Piri, but Lindelof does well and cuts that ball out. Pellegrini back to Bailly, up to Chiesa. Got a little bit of room to go into. Ura out. Is he going to switch the ball out to Alexis? He does. Lovely vision and lovely ball out to Sanchez. He's going to come inside. Can he shoot? He can, but it's very wayward by the Chilean. And that sees us through to half-time. Victor Lindelof putting us 1-0 up, but then actually giving away the penalty. And Madisha put that away, sent De Gea the wrong way. In control of this one with regards to shots and possession. Alexis on that far side into Pogba, and that's 2-1 now. Matic sneaking the ball home. Pogba had the first chance, but Matic following it up. Good ball in from Alexis Sanchez, whipping this ball in. I think Pogba did get his head to it. He did. Good save, and Matic just tucking that home. 25 minutes to go. United 2-1 up now. Lindelof down that right hand side into Ura, back to Lindelof, and a good 1-2 there. Back to Lindelof again. Can he get the ball in? Pogba on the edge. Can he find Shaw on the left hand side? He can. Now Shaw's got a chance to whip it, and he does. Lukaku's there, straight at the keeper, but falls back to Lukaku. 15th goal of the season for the big Belgian, keeping Rashford out of the side. When Rashford does get into the side, he just doesn't perform, unfortunately. Shaw out to this left hand side, loads of space. Pick a pass or pick a cross. Lukaku, good save by the keeper, comes back to him. It's 3-1 now to United. And that is it. We are through to the final of the Club World Championships. 3-1 winners against Sundown. They gave as good as they got in the first half, but the quality in the second half did come through for United. Very happy with the way we played. Let's continue that. And that will be the next game. The next game will be that Club World Championship final. And yeah, all in all, a really good win and a good episode for us today. But that's it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. I know it's a bit different to usual, only having one game and just going through a bit of the statistics. Remember to subscribe and tick that bell icon to make sure you're notified every time a video goes live. Tomorrow, again, we're going to have a double upload day, 5:30 and 9 o'clock. So the second episode today will be out at 9 o'clock as well. And until next time, we will bring you the Club World Championship final. I'll see you soon.